We're starting off on Tal'Darim Altar.
Tal'Darim Altar is a very interesting map for Terran versus Protoss. A lot of this matchup goes into the starting positions, but as we can see by the mini-app, we do have cross positions. Let's go ahead and introduce the players right now. In the top right-hand position as the purple Terran, we have Complexity QXC. Bottom left-hand position as the blue Protoss, we have SKMC.
And MC has been having a resurgence of Protoss versus Terran. Back when MC first arrived on the scene, a lot of people said he just didn't lose against Terran. This was, you know, back when people were still doing a lot of one base against Protoss. Actually, it was just one base versus one base. MC kind of had Terran figured out. For a while, he kind of struggled back when Terran was going through a huge thing of winning every single tournament. And then all of a sudden, MC started really reclaiming it recently with great Blink Stalker and charge timings. Of course, upgrade style Protoss is something MC's been fantastic at, or even just standard, you know, 6-7 gate timings. So that's what the hard thing is. We've been discussing a lot of MC's plays, really hard to predict. And so I wonder what he has planned on Tal'Darim Altar, a map that sometimes even the straight up 4 gate can be really powerful on.
You know, I've been actually looking at a lot of MC's play, and I think what's so powerful about him lately is the fact that, yes, he did get very famous for a lot of his different styles, but lately he's also had like a resurgence of beta builds. He's been going like super delayed upgrades, and that's been really affecting, I think, the metagame. I mean, last week we saw him play against, who was it, Pult? And obviously he cleaned house 2-0. But he did it without upgrades the whole time when his opponent had 2-2.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That was an insane series. MC just showing that you can do a lot of different things that weren't thought possible previously.
Yeah, he actually defended a great amount of stim bio with great positioning with his stalkers and just a huge amount of units. You know, he didn't necessarily need AoE, which was impressive other than his Archons. For now, MC is going for a very quick Nexus. In fact, Nexus before any form of tech, and then adding a gateway. And of course, Nexus first has been really popular, especially on Tal'Darim Altar, just a map that's incredibly huge. And the distances that you need to traverse to get to your opponent, so you have a lot of time where you can basically prepare for any kind of rush. For now, QXC does have gas, and MC sees that, so he's aware of what his opponent's capable of. But he sees a Marauder being popped out immediately, not a Reaper. And that should cue MC of what's coming here.
Yeah, it should. So we'll see what he reacts to. I think he will be able to defend this pretty easily. Normally, this early Marauder play doesn't work, especially cross-position. But you can see the first bunker is already going down outside of MC's range. So it looks like he will ferry a couple of probes all the way over and deal with this accordingly. I do want to mention one thing. If QXC went for another build, there is a build that you go a factory first and then just go really fast Hellions. That would actually build order countered his opponent. But it's, I mean, his scout had a lot to do with it, and the fact that he wasn't able to get in there in time, that affected his ability to make the best decision possible. So, unfortunate, but here we go. MC is starting, QXC is starting the micro against his opponent. One probe goes down already, and we're looking to see, Concussive Shell finished at the perfect time.
Yeah, this is not looking that good for MC. He has to pull some probes, which should actually do fantastic. Probes can surround Marauders very easily, and Marauders take several hits to take out the probes, especially with how clunky they can be. So MC has to do this just right. Still, is more than capable of taking out these units if he can buy enough time. He's waiting for his Stalker to come in for a flank. And the Stalker does get there. 2 Stalkers, in fact. QXC takes some additional damage, but the bunker is up. Now, again, MC has a lot of time, doesn't have to rush. Oh, a Reaper coming into the mix. What an interesting turn of events. QXC always being known to try to utilize Reapers in some sort of fashion, and now putting on pressure to really keep units away from the bunker.
Now it's tough because QXC wants to put down an additional bunker. That way he can solidify his advantage over his opponent and really take out this Nexus. All MC has to do is just make additional units, and I think he will be able to clear up this bunker pretty easily. I don't see a big problem with this, but he does need to go pretty soon. He can't let this go down into too far in, but he needs to target the SCVs first, and there it is. The SCVs get targeted, and there's a lot of DPS going on top of that bunker.
Yeah, you can see that QXC also targeting the Stalkers with his Marauders, and the Reaper picked off yet another probe, so these are a lot of trading going on. And after everything's been said and done, this Marauder will be killed off. Stalkers can chase it down all the way back home. Let's see how much damage was done. 7 workers committed to 3 kills and lots of mining time being lost here. But at the same time, QXC established his own expansion. So how do you like that trade for QXC? Because he's the one who initiated the aggression.
I would say it actually favors MC still. Even though MC took a lot of damage there and it seemed like he took you know, a lot of probe losses as well, I think that QXC just committed too much into that for the trade he got. It just was not super cost efficient. And not only that, he is behind in a lot of his upgrades, his tech. Because think of it this way, a lot of the gas in this early game stage wants to actually be committed to upgrades, whether it be stim, combat shields, +1, or even factories. That hasn't been so. He's gotten Marauders, he's gotten Concussive Shell. He has stim, but he has no real timing with it, so he still has to wait for that factory and a starport to do any form of damage. That's a long time away. It looks like he is following this up with 4 barracks pressure. But if MC plays this right, he should be able to hold this off. It's looking a little scary since he's going up to 4 gases right now.
It does get a little tricky for Protoss on Tal'Darim Altar. Force fields are very... it's very relative on how you want to defend because the ramp is very wide to your natural. So if you kind of back up, you're really close to your Nexus also. So there's kind of a weird balance. Sometimes Protoss tries to cut halfway and really engage on their concave. And so that's pretty much where MC will have to defend. And so QXC, if he wants to go for this timing, will have to hit at a very good angle. Sometimes Protoss even, or sorry, Terrans completely avoid the ramp and just go around the third. Yeah. But at the same time, we see MC is the one moving out with his force. And that could be what QXC wants.
This is a little bit interesting, but MC is obviously trying to do some sort of 6-gate pressure. I think this is a little off time, especially considering the build that we had in this early game stage. You know your opponent has gotten a very fast tech lap, so stim is very, very possible. There it is. He reveals the stim. That should actually tell him to go home. Yeah. But he should have known that beforehand. I mean, a lot of times when you get that really fast Marauder upgrade, you will get stim. That gives you the ability to defend against all different types of pushes. With the bunker and, of course, the stim inside there, you just get that extra HP and you don't have to worry about your DPS dying.
Nice little pickoff from QXC trying to run by. Not only does he pick off a sentry, he gets a good scout, sees a robo, and, of course, he'll see the huge amount of gateways as long as he kind of maneuvers around, just taking a moment to really stop by and smell the roses. But after everything, he sees a good amount of his units. Now, back at home, QXC prepared a Ghost Academy really early. QXC has been a pretty big proponent of using Ghosts in the past, and it's cool to see him incorporated, but he can go for this time and really de-energize the sentries and really punish Protoss if MC clumps everything up. And so this is a very tight moment for MC. If he gets EMP'd, it's over. But at the same time, QXC loses his entire force. MC will be so far ahead with his own production.
That's exactly right. MC is in a kind of a tough position because he doesn't know this is coming until right now. The probe that's at the watchtower is going to be able to see it. That's so beneficial. And with that information, I think MC will hold really, really easily. Yeah. The big thing is he has to make sure that he pops down a Guardian Shield at least. And here goes. Oh, he actually trapped all the units inside, and the Ghosts aren't able to EMP yet. Wow, what a critical blow. QXC is going to lose so much from this. Guardian Shield does get popped, but it doesn't even matter. Those Force Shields were good enough to do it. I did not think that was going to happen. Normally, it's just Guardian Shield, and then you get EMP'd immediately. But look at this. Absolutely brilliant. MC is going to take a giant advantage since he has all the tech his opponent doesn't. And also, MC has the army advantage. This is beautiful.
QXC loses a significant amount of his ghosts as well. Actually, no, he lost all his ghosts. MC has Blink about to finish. We see Protoss really rush for Blink, giving them a lot of mobility, control the map, shut down drops, which is the weakest part of Protoss trying to get a third base, which is exactly what MC is doing. And you can see that QXC doesn't really have that many defensive options. He has a couple of bunkers, but ghosts can really shut down an attempt for Protoss to push in. But without them, QXC is going to be sitting in a very vulnerable spot. For now, he's going to start getting his upgrades +1, as well as his first medevacs out into the field. But just like you said, MC looking to still be very aggressive. He's got his stalkers, and he's got his observer in position. And if he picks off really important things, maybe the reactor, maybe some supply depots, even an engineering bay or two, MC just pads his lead further into the mid game.
And it's unfortunate for QXC because this is the exact thing Terran is supposed to be doing with medevacs. But you can see almost 14 minutes into the game, and we just have our first 2 medevacs here. But a nice job, nice pickup on that tech lab over there. And that is the cue right now for him to get out of there. But this is beautiful because QXC is now staying in this base. MC has the room to actually take his Nexus. Now, I think the critical thing would have been for QXC, instead of going for that ghost timing, knowing that you're cross map and your opponent can react very easily, actually take down the rocks at your third base, go for an expansion before you get any factory or starports up, any tech really, so you can keep on a very low refinery count, really get that economy flowing, and then go from there knowing that you have a lot of space between your opponents and you have that open space in the middle so you can engage really efficiently. You don't need to hard press for that medevac count.
Yeah, and MC at this point now has transitioned to everything that makes his style scary because he has charge finished, he's getting upgrades, really catching up to QXC, even though QXC is finishing at +1/+1 soon. Chrono Boost can more than make up the difference. And you see MC's now getting his Twilight Council, and it doesn't even matter the fact that he doesn't necessarily have Storm or Colossus. QXC can't do anything against it. You can see QXC is just getting his third up, and MC is getting his Warp Prism out, so again, he's going to be the one keeping QXC bouncing between bases, as right now MC is moving closer to the Terran base.
Oh, and this is looking beautiful. I mean, MC is again putting pressure on his opponent, taking out the Refinery. Remember, this is such a critical blow every single time. Here we go. Blink and Charge Lots are coming in here.
And Guardian Shield, that's a little bit too early, but doesn't matter. Great force fields.
Oh, it's actually nice now. But yeah, I do agree. He popped that a little bit early. He needs to be careful, though. He doesn't want to lose too much from this, as a lot of the Zealots are being cleaned up. That is the main tanking unit. So you want to be careful. Don't want to lose all these Blinkstalkers or the Sentries, but he's going to lose all the Sentries here. Blinkstalkers are going to run away, so good job by MC. But the damage has been done right there. Killing that Refinery and then trading pretty efficiently is good for MC. And remember, Sentries and Zealots are good. Zealots are a little bit more expendable. Sentries you don't really need because you're not doing a push style. He's doing this defensive style where he just gets a little bit of everything. He is getting his Storm up right now. Archons are being merged as we speak, but really focusing on getting his upgrades, getting the right army composition, and then once he's gotten all of that, he can actually push. So Sentries, he doesn't really need because he can fall back on the positioning and the space that he has, you know, generated from all of his previous movements.
Now, what's interesting, because people are like, why did MC move out to the middle of the map if he was just going to fall back? He was looking for, again, ways to really contain QXC, and he actually kind of slightly mistimed things because he had a Warp Prism that was just at his base as he was pushing. He needed a reinforcement spot. And he's going to set up his Warp Prism, park it right here by QXC's would-be fourth, and he has his units also towards the north half. Now, QXC knows where his opponent is as well. He saw his Marine at the Watchtower, so he's going to move across the middle of the map, and now we have both armies out of position to defend. But MC's not backing down. In fact, MC's going to fly his Warp Prism and drop while attacking the third and go for two-prong Gesh. QXC's not turning back home either.
And this is looking really good for MC, in my opinion. But, oh, actually, QXC is hitting a pretty critical area. 2-2 is about to be finished, and his High Templars aren't in position. I thought his High Templars would have gone there already. But this is really unfortunate because 2-2 is such a critical upgrade. Now it's 1-1 against QXC's. Let me check real quick. 2-1, an advantage going to QXC, but he's going to very smartly go into the main and just defend right there. Give up the natural. That is fine. He actually has a lot of units trapped over here. In the meantime, let's see how well these Marines and Marauders are doing for QXC.
QXC not paying attention to his main, getting stormed. And that is very bad news as he won't be able to protect his production line. QXC will be able to snipe a lot of these gateways, but the big story, MC warping a huge mass of units at his third base. All he has to do is play zone defense with it until his units can get done and the main, and he can head backwards. Archon starting to work on the middle line. QXC defending with just a little bit of his units. MC still trying to keep tabs on his opponent's army, making sure if he ever gets caught in position, just has to land a couple storms and he's safe. For now, MC still has the worker advantage very convincingly. He has a mining base. For all intents and purposes, QXC can't really do anything. What he has on the map is what he's stuck with. MC supply blocked as well, so both players can't really produce. But MCs are starting to rebuild already, making it very hard for QXC to come back at this point.
And as you can see, the medevacs are actually all out of energy. So this is really tough, and he stims yet again and makes this army so weak. So it's like he doesn't even have medevacs in this army. That means Storm is going to be so strong. He just needs to get good ones. We'll see if he can do it. There's the first one. It's okay. but he needs better storms than that.
Yeah, he's got 3 or 4 lined up. Another one landing straight and taking out some of those Marines. QXC taking brutal damage from the storms. MC has 2 more ready and stacking. No, he has 3 more, and that's going to be way too much. QXC is going to immediately stim and run, but a storm, immediate impact, wipes out the remainder of the units. Look at that. QXC has nothing left. Now running down to 1 Hero Marauder. GG. MC takes game number 1 on Tal'Darim Altar with fantastic defense and crisis management.
And normally you have the advantage going to Terran in that position, but MC looked like a Terran in terms of how he controlled position and space. Absolutely beautiful. Having those Blink Stalkers there and also crushing his opponent's ghost timing. He knew where his advantage laid. Thank you. He knew where his advantage laid, because when you go that ghost opening, you have to go pretty barracks heavy, because obviously you're getting these ghosts. You need some more DPS, whether it be Marines or Marauders. So you know you're barracks heavy. All the gas is going towards ghosts. That means the factory, the starport, is so far away. We can see in this particular match, it was actually 4 minutes delayed because of the whole opening. So once he knew that and he established his advantage, he was able to just keep his opponent inside his base and then play that style. It's a beautiful style. The base trade is just so good because he knows his opponent can never develop his army in time.
MC takes game number 1 thanks to Epson, the people who make the projectors for NASL Season 3, as well as the projectors over at the Barcraft at the Anthill Pub, which is set up for this week's Sunday showdown between Nanual and Genius. Hey guys, if you guys are watching, I know a lot of people were expecting me and Andre, but Kevin and Ben are there as we speak. Actually, on the way there as we speak. We'll be back with game number 2 between MC and QXC. Don't go too far, guys. We're just getting started with Week 7, Division 5.